Seat selection, the most dangerous mini-game in real life. Bus, cinema, wedding, stakes feel low, sweat says otherwise. Is this seat taken? Bottles that awkward energy and turns it into a breezy logic puzzler where every person is an adorable bundle of preferences, pet peeves, and antisocial vibes. But your job? Make everyone happy, or at least calm enough to stop side-eyeing the aisle. Core loop is simple. Drag folks around until all conditions are satisfied. No timers, no fail screens, just vibes, and yes, that's the point. Context check. This is a Poti Poti Studio joint, published under Wholesome Games Presents, launched August 7th, 2025 on PC, Nintendo Switch, and mobile. The tone is cozy, the art is minimalist cute, and the music hums along like a good commute when no one's hogging two seats. Price lands at $9.99 on Steam, often with a launch discount. On Switch, touch controls matter more than you'd expect. Picking up and arranging people with a finger just feels right. Here's the veteran game taken one line. It's a snack, not a steak, light, clever, and surprisingly thematic, provided you accept that comfort is the design, not the accessibility toggle. Polygon nails the angle. This is social anxiety turned into puzzle gold, and the game earns that by translating unspoken rules into tidy constraints. If your inner people watcher loves tidy constraints, welcome home. But is it good or just cute? Let's triangulate. Nintendo Life calls it a solid pick-up and playtime killer. Simple loop, charming look, lovely with touch. That's praise with the ceiling. It doesn't reinvent puzzles. Merry Station is sunnier on the mood and presentation, yet flags late-game repetition and some UX gripes like not being able to quickly restart or checkpoint between sub-levels. Verdict spread tells you the truth. Execution's tidy, novelty is modest, friction shows up in the edges. There's a little story thread too. Nat, an aspiring actor, bouncing across cities as your why for all these seating crises. It's featherlight, but it gives each venue a vibe rather than a spreadsheet. The Verge pegs the main run at around 6 hours, which tracks with our play. A cozy weekend or a week of commute sessions. Short? Yes. Appropriately portioned? Also yes. The game knows when to leave the party before the small talk loops. Design win. Readable constraints that stack without cruelty. Early puzzles teach cleanly, window lovers, noise haters, needs aisle. Then the game layers special cases and multi-seat layouts. Because there's no timer, experimentation is encouraged. You poke, shuffle, and absorb social rules as systems. It's the anti-gotcha puzzler, which will feel either respectful or toothless, depending on your taste for failure. If your dopamine comes from karate kicking a brutal solution path, you may bounce. If it comes from elegant little ahas on the couch, you'll purr. Design wobble, freshness versus repetition. When the game reuses venues and archetypes, cleverness can blur into routine. Merry Station points to some late-stage sameness and mild friction restarting an attempt. Nintendo Life argues the bite-sized nature papers over that. Perfect for short bursts, less sticky in marathons. I land in the middle. Play in 20-minute chunks and it sparkles. Push for 2 hours and you'll feel the seams. Tiny joys. Switch Touch is the definitive way to play. Sliding people around with your finger makes it feel like a toy box instead of a menu. On PC, mouse is fine, controller is okay, but handheld plus headphones hits the intended chill. The social comedy micro-stories, like seating the cologne blaster far from the sensitive nose, do heavy lifting, and the art sells personality with minimal lines. It's not laugh out loud, it's smile quietly and nod. Buyer math for the US crowd. $10 for 6 hours of cozy puzzling with zero stress, plus perfect one more level portability on Switch and phones. That's a green light if you want restorative gaming, amber if you require novelty spikes or dense meta. As an on-ramp for non-puzzlers. Excellent. As your next big brain conquest. Probably not. If this kind of no BS deep dive is your speed, hitch a ride with Veteran Game and hit subscribe. Toss a like if you've ever changed seats in a theater just to avoid a human percussion section. This take deserves a quieter row in the algorithm. Final stance. Recommend with expectations set. Is this seat taken? Is a tidy, humane puzzler that turns unspoken social rules into satisfying little proofs. It won't melt your cortex, it won't overstay, and it won't punish experimentation. The spicy question, is no pressure puzzling a design triumph that respects your time? or just a comfy excuse to play it safe. Sound off and pick a side.